Right. Hello, everybody. Hi, hi, hi. Okay. Sorry about that. Um, I was in another meeting, and what happened? I had a meeting that overran actually, so I apologize. Sorry about that, everybody. Okay, so today we are in another session. We shall have another session, and today I shall be talking or bringing someone on, and is a results-oriented immigration consultant with more than 5 years of experience with assisting individuals to achieve their Canadian immigration dreams by becoming permanent residents and citizens, and also to acquire temporary residence permits, study and visit, of course. Uh, she's got a demonstrated ability to ensure clients avoid any legal issues that may occur in relation to their relocation by assisting them in ensuring a complete and accurate application. That is a mouthful, I would say. And what I did not say also is that she's my sister. So uh, I call her Sea Eyes because of her name, Deroju. Deroju means you can see your eyes, right? But anyway, so that's my sister right there. People who don't know, my younger blood sister. So, right, Deroju, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. I'm okay. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Right, everybody. I believe I came in late, so I'm about a few minutes late. Anyway, or minutes late. Right. It's very hot in Canada right now, right?
Yeah, it's very, very hot, and we're on AC actually. It's so, I don't know. We're 30 degrees, 31 degrees, freaking hot, just like Nigeria right now.
Yeah. Well, it's 13 degrees where I am in the UK. It's quite funny because when it gets very hot,
Uh,
the weather topic is one topic we all talk about in the UK. That's the topic that unites everybody. That's number one. Number two, when the UK gets very hot, you could hear the news and everybody talks about, oh, the UK is hotter than Brazil right now. But now you turn on the television and they don't say anything. But okay, so we're just gonna get cracking anyway. So one of the things is that we know with the way things are in Nigeria right now, everybody wants to do the best for themselves. Everyone is looking about where they can put their money. And of course, we haven't really got a country that looks like it's got a future. Unfortunately, I have to say this, but that's just the way things are looking right now. So people are looking into, should I call it jackpot now? I think a lot of Nigerians want to leave Nigeria. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. Uh, so we just here trying to talk about how your money can work for you, because I've known many friends and families who unfortunately have left the shores of Nigeria for, should I say, for Canada, in search of a better lives for themselves, etc. But I'm not going to do the talking. I'll let you do more talking. So anyway, a brief introduction about yourself, please.
okay. My name is Aderju. I'm BK's sister, and I'm an immigration consultant. Before I became an immigration consultant, I was and still I'm a business analyst. I work with one of the second largest credit union in Canada. I work with the digital application team. So, but I have a passion for immigration because I would like, well, not that I would like people to leave the shores of Nigeria, but I mean, it's just so obvious right now that I don't know, the country is heading nowhere for now. And if there can be a better life elsewhere for you and for the kids, I mean, why not? Why not just, take the leap, Yeah. So I'm just doing both right now. And I'm a mother of three. I'm a wife, and Everybody's here in Canada. So
Fantastic.
that's yeah.
So the whole family's left Nigeria and you switch off the
Yeah.
lights. Okay. I hope you didn't shut the door yet behind you. So,
No, we left it wide open so people can come in, not that we can go back.
good, good, good,
Yeah.
good. And so we're gonna work more towards. We're gonna be talking more towards the immigration consultancy, and I know a lot of Nigerians are looking for alternatives. But I'll let you do more of the talking, not me, really. And so how? So in terms of your experience as an immigration consultant, how's that been? How long you been doing it? And generally, just yeah, talk to us.
So I would say I started informally before I left Nigeria. Immediately, I got to know about the express entry, Canada immigration. I started telling my friends about it. Even before mine worked out, like I started telling people about it. This is how you should do it, to the best of my knowledge at the time. That was like 2015, 2016-ish.
Mm.
And when mine eventually worked out, I still kept on saying, "Oh, see, I'm going to Canada. You can do this too. This is easy. It's not difficult. This, that." I became like an evangelist, so to speak.
Like your mother,
So,
like your mother.
yeah, you can say that again. So eventually, even after I got here, I still find myself, I found myself still helping people with the research and after a while, I realized that I could go pro with this. Like, I was spending so much of my time, even while working, while taking care of the family. I was also spending so much of my time, trying to help people, immigrate to Canada. And then I decided, okay, I could be a professional, right? Why don't I just do it right? And spread my wings, so to speak. And that was when I decided to become a full-blown immigration consultant and
Okay.
be uh, eligible to practice and be like not just a ghost consultant, but a real immigration
Oh,
consultant.
so
So
you
it's yeah.
registered, if I can say.
Yeah. So
Oh, wow.
although because of how Canada is, I'm still expecting my license in about a few, maybe a month or so, but every other thing is settled just to get my license from
Yeah. So
the
you're more or less
RCIC.
licensed
Yeah, more or less.
then.
Yes,
You just
yes,
need to get the
yes.
physical paper, which counts for
Yeah, the
nothing
physical
really.
paper. Exactly. Yes.
Doesn't count for much. The police stopped me here in the UK. They asked for my license. You don't have to provide it because everything's on the system, isn't it?
Of
So
course. Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's the same thing. Well done, well done.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, but I know you're investing as well, and for me, I've got a passion for money. I don't know. Doku Bomb wants to join. I don't know. Is it your friend? Let's see him join in first.
Okay.
Okay, Doku Bomb, is it your friend? He says he wants to join in, or he's
No,
interested. I'll
no.
let him join in for
First,
now,
I'm
and let's see
sorry.
what he's going to say. He's meant to be a one-on-one meeting with us, but let's just in case. I don't know. But I was just going to say, but how's the volatility, the crypto? How are you dealing with the volatility?
I think the best is just to ignore for now. I'll be looking at it. Just
Okay,
doing. A day can go by and I'm like,
right.
I'm not opening this app. I'm not going there. I don't want to see. So I just, I like to play the long game and because I'm in it for the long haul. So I'm not panicking. If you panic, you're just going to do the wrong thing, right? So I'm not in control,
Mm.
but I'm in control of my portfolio. So I'm not panicking. I just let it slide. I know the whole thing is gonna, go away soon. It's happened before, right? It's gonna happen again. So,
Absolutely.
uh, yeah. So it's I just don't pay attention to the fluctuation for now. It's all gonna settle down soon. So I'm just hanging in there. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So the Doku Bomb guys, just just make a request again, guy. I'm trying to find you. I couldn't find you. The guy that said he wanted to join in this conversation. So, guys, uh,
Oh, okay.
feel free to ask your questions if there's anything at all. Feel free to ask your questions. She's here to answer your questions, and while we have that conversation, so it's just a general conversation I'm having with my. Uh, so take it as a family meeting gone public. Should we say that? Okay. So right. And so how long have you been away? You said 2015, right?
No, no, I actually left in 2017.
Left Nigeria
I left with my
2017.
family in 2017. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay. So I'm just gonna ask my questions, and then I'll get people to ask their questions as well. So, what's life like in Canada? I mean, personally, I tell people Canada is the last place I will leave. I love the heat, and I love my black people, which is why Lagos, London to me looks like Lagos. So, what's Canada? What's life in Canada like? People say, that place, I cannot even eat pounded yam and all this place. I beg Joe. What's general life
Uh,
like in Canada?
uh, General life in Canada is very good. It's very, very good. And
Define good.
I it's great because you get everything here. Whatever it is that you're getting from Nigeria, you get it here. Food,
Okay.
sports, whatever, everything you get in Nigeria. So even when it's not like you have to cargo in things or anything, everything is here. So I still eat my African food. I don't eat Oyinbo food. I still eat our food. I make our food. Everything is right here. The weather, we get the good, the bad, and the ugly, just like everywhere else, right?
Yeah.
We get the winter that I know most people are scared of. We get the summer that we're right in here. But even when you're in winter, you're not out in the cold, right? In minus 26, you're not out, you're not standing outside. You're inside where there is you turn on your heater, right?
Yeah.
In the summer, you have your AC. So life is good. The Canada is depending on where you live in Canada, is great for the family. Um, um, uh, Professionally as well for career, it's so great. The schools are world class,
Mm.
and I really don't. The healthcare is free, as you
Oh,
know.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, we have free healthcare when you get to Canada, and
We have a young investor here disturbing. Right, Grace, go on. Go to Mama. See you later. Bye bye. Right, carry on. Have it
so life
easy.
generally is good, I must say. And I mean that's why you hardly see anyone come here and say, "Oh, I'm going back to
Shuffle
Nigeria." I don't
Dokers.
find yeah, hardly. And
Okay.
yeah, yeah. And I think there are a lot of myths. People say, "Oh, you come to Canada to come and wash plates." No, we don't wash plates here in Canada. Most people that come to Canada continue in their profession that they were in Nigeria.
Mm.
So yeah, in Nigeria, I was a business analyst with Lagos State government. Here, I'm also a business analyst. I'm not, so it's just
So you're not there washing
professionally,
plates or cleaning the floor.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Professionally, I'm still like uh, uh, continue. My career is great, and also uh, there isn't so much racism because there is so
The
much.
people are friendly.
Yeah, they are. They are. Canada, I think it's there. If you Google, I think Canada has the most polite and friendly people in the world. So, and there's so much inclusion and cultural diversity
Oh,
because
fantastic.
like everyone is an immigrant. You see Europeans here, you see different Africans here, you see Indians, the Chinese. So
Mm.
it's yeah, so it's the racism is not compared to maybe United States, for example. So
Okay.
it's great, yeah.
That's interesting. Thanks for for telling us that. Okay. Um, so the other thing is, I mean, I live in the UK, and it's quite subtle, isn't it? In the UK, we tend to say there's no. It's quite funny actually. There was a time in my university, my brother came to see me at Leeds, and I was talking about how Leeds is such a friendly university and there's no racism. And then I've never experienced any racism then. And literally 2 minutes later, some white guy in a car, they drove near us and they just threw a bag of water at me. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm literally
Uh-huh.
just preaching against racism, saying there's no racism, and I've just experienced one literally 2 minutes later. So yeah, I hated myself and I said, oops, sorry, I spoke too soon. Maybe there's racism then. But
Yeah, well, even if there is racism here, is they can't do it openly, right?
yeah.
You practice just a 0.001% of racism at work and you're fired like immediately.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
no
yeah.
tolerance against it all then.
It's yeah, it's zero tolerance for such. So
Oh,
you can't. Yeah, so even if you want to be racist, you just kind of do it in a very subtle way that even the other person wouldn't know you're being racist. They have, so it's not like very
yeah.
open
I mean, that's
like
one
like
thing
that.
people tend to worry about, really thinking about, oh, can I live in this place? Anyway, so there's this person, Montreal vendor said she's used your service before, so and that you're such an evangelist when it comes to telling people how to do it. But we're gonna proceed with our questions. There's some questions coming in already. I'm gonna answer your questions, guys. Feel free to keep flooding me with your questions. Do not worry, please. Okay. So you've talked about the weather. You said, because I tend to worry. I mean, how do people live in a 40 - 40 degrees, right? In the UK, when it's -1, everything shuts down for me anyway. And now it's -40, and you people just go on with your lives normally. And it's what, second country, largest country in the world, isn't it? After Russia.
Yes, yeah.
Mm. Wow. So houses, I mean, the UK, our houses are like cardboards. So what are your houses
Okay.
like in there?
They're quite big compared to the
Yeah.
UK. You guys live in shoe boxes. Yeah, we have the houses are quite big here,
Mm,
though expensive,
sure.
but just recently they started building shoe boxes too, just like the UK, just for I think for affordability
Mm,
reasons. Just so if you want an affordable place, you wouldn't mind the square feet, like maybe small, but the normal like standard house is quite big.
so something that's a bit of concern to me when it comes to relocation. I've lived in the UK 23 years now, and I know what taxes are like. It's crazy. And this is what happens abroad. Yes, we know you've got to pay the goose that lays the golden egg, right? So what
Yeah.
are taxes like in Canada? So if
Uh,
people want to take money back home, what are taxes like?
yeah, it's a bit crazy here as well. Yeah, we get so the taxes are is actually based on what you earn, right? We have like tax bracket.
Yeah.
So the more you earn, the more your taxes, and the lower you earn, the lower your taxes.
Oh,
And
okay.
there are so many other factors involved.
Mm.
But people do not complain about them because
They get
you guys,
they
yeah,
get what you pay
they
for.
rarely complain because they actually get value for. You see what your taxes are being used for, right?
Yeah.
You, well, like if you have kids, you get monthly childcare benefit for the kid for each kid.
Oh, regardless of how much you earn, right?
So
I've
regardless of how much you earn,
got an
but
unwanted visitor
the
here. Grace,
say for ex
go to
right?
my mouth. Please
Okay,
shut the door. I have an unwanted visitor. Just give me a
okay,
second.
all right.
Give me a second. Right, there you go. Shut the door. Bye bye. Bye. Bye bye. Go on. Bye bye. Right, carry on. So you mean regardless of how much you earn? Shut the door, please, Grace. Thank you. Right, you mean
Yeah,
regardless of how?
regardless of how much you earn, but the more you earn, the lesser your childcare benefit. So, for example, when I first landed in Canada, I filed my taxes because I haven't, worked before in Canada. So I filed taxes based on what I was earning in Nigeria. If you convert that to Canadian currencies, nothing. So they
Yes, tickets.
classified me
Yeah.
as a low income earner. I think I was
Sure.
getting about 1,200 for
Mm.
both kids. Yeah. So, but
Wow,
when you
that's
start,
how much they were
yeah,
paying you monthly.
Yeah, for two kids, yeah,
Wow.
monthly. Yeah.
Sounds
So and yourself, if you also do not work or if you also are a low income earner, you also get something. I think I was getting about 400 or $450 monthly as well.
for not working.
Uh, yeah, but once you start working, they cut that number. The depending on your salary, right? The
Of
number starts
course.
to go down. Yeah.
Mm.
So if your income is like over 100,000, you get maybe just $200. Uh,
Even,
uh,
well, 100,000 is still a lot of money.
well, it's just based on your income here. But
Okay.
yeah, the taxes are quite high. And then we also pay HST for everything you
Mm.
buy. That's the crazy one because if you buy a car, you pay HST. You buy a house, you pay
What's
HST.
HST?
That's harmonized sales
Oh,
tax
right. Like a value-added
for,
tax in the UK,
yeah, yes,
like a
that's the
VAT.
value added the VAT.
Yeah.
For Ontario, I think it's about 13%.
Oh, it varies
So
according to regions as well.
yes, it varies. I think
Okay.
Quebec is about 15%.
Okay.
Alberta has the lowest of 5%.
Okay.
So yeah, so if you get $100 worth of something, just
So
they put a
it
hundred
varies.
dollars. Just know that you're gonna pay 113
Okay, that's
thereabout.
fine. I
So
think people are
yeah,
contented with that. That's okay. I
yeah.
was just gonna say, so this person that made a comment saying, at least you get the basic amenities. I'll pay tax, please." That's her name is Olachi. Olachi is actually our neighbor in Ogudu. I've never seen her, but she's
Oh,
constantly jogging, always on the road, running, and I don't know. She wouldn't tell me, but anyway, we'll carry on with that questions.
but
So please,
I would like to add something. So I
yeah.
wouldn't like to just sugarcoat it because yeah, we have the basic amenities, but you pay for them though. We pay, you pay hydro, you pay for everything. That's about it. Nothing is free really, if you
Absolutely.
look at it. Yeah, you
Mm.
actually pay for it. So, but yeah, the consolation is okay. Yeah, you get it. You have access to it, so
Okay.
it's okay.
Right. Estelle, I think that's Stella. She said we pay taxes here, VAT here too. I think that's in Nigeria, right, Stella? So
Yeah. But
if
you don't pay
anybody,
13%, right? You don't pay 15%.
I don't know how much we pay in Nigeria.
I think it's 5% in
It's about
Nigeria.
5, yes. Usually, it depends on how unstable the country is. Every government tends to use it as an attraction. So, Nigeria is not the most stable place. So your taxes are quite lower compared to, UK or other countries, Switzerland, for example, as well, which got higher tax also. But okay, I've got a few questions, but I will share them very, very soon. But if anybody lives in Ogudu that sees a woman running around, that's Olachi right there. If you see anybody running on the road, just say, "Is your name
Eh,
Olachi?" Yeah, that's it. Okay. Um, so let's just carry on. So how about investments in Canada? What's this pace investment like? I mean, I tell people it's not the most friendly when it comes to investment, but I might be wrong.
no, you're not wrong. It's not the most friendly place for investment. It's the only like a reasonable investment in Canada is real estate. You can get like 500% say ROI in a year.
Return on investment 500% in real estate.
Yeah, okay. There's somebody that just sold I think he bought the cottage, it's a one-room cottage for about 250,000 in 2019 or so. And then he sold it for 800,000 just last week.
Wow, wow. Okay,
Yeah. So
so
so the real housing is real estate, sorry, is crazy in Canada. So that's where everybody just, if you want quick money,
I
that's the
think
way to go.
I think I
Yeah.
saw a clip. I don't know if you sent to me or I shared it with you.
Yeah, I did.
Or you
Yeah.
shared it about an apartment. Someone's offering 100,000. Someone said no, I'll pay 200,000. Someone said, you know what, I'll pay 1 million.
Exactly.
you know,
That's Canada for
so
you. I think
people
that
are
only
overbidding for
happens
it.
in Canada. It
Yeah,
happens only in Canada. You say, okay, I want to sell my house for 500,000, and somebody says, oh, why don't you take 800,000? I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, that's
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so sorry guys, I'm not ignoring your questions. I'm just trying to finish with these questions and then I will do as much scrolling and I will make sure everybody's questions are answered. I promise you guys, so do not worry. Okay, so let me just ask these questions because it correlates with my question as well, and that's the question on the screen. Can you see that?
What's that?
So what's the total budget? Oh, you cannot see. Sorry, I thought you could see. What's the total budget for
Okay.
relocating via express, single, for an individual? So roughly, I mean, I know circumstances differ, etc. But this
Hmm.
person is asking for a top-down approach in this case. What do you think is the total budget for somebody who wants to relocate? Single person.
I actually posted, I answered this question on my page about 2 days ago.
Okay.
I broke down the cost, but roughly, if you don't do IELTS 2 times, uh, not adding your proof of fund,
Mm.
the required amount that you need in your bank account, you would be spending like say 500,000.
Naira.
Yeah, Naira, yeah, yeah. That
So
is not adding your proof of fund.
what's
So,
proof of
yeah.
fund?
So as a single person, you're required to have a certain amount in your account to show that when you land in Canada, you can support yourself. You would be
Okay.
able, at least for the first, say, 6 months before you get a job or something. So
And
for singles, they're required to have about 12,000. I
US
think
dollars.
so the amounts they do changes from time to time. So yeah, so if you go to the Canada website, you'll be able to see the right amount. But the last time I checked, it was around 12,900 or thereabout.
That
Between 12,000 and
is that you
13,000.
are we talking about US dollars or Canadian dollars?
Oh, the Canadian dollars.
And
Canadian dollars.
do we know? Let me just check. A Canadian dollar to Naira is roughly. I mean, I'm looking at Google here, guys. So 1.5, something like that. So it's about 341 Canadian dollar to a Naira. That's what I find. Is that right? The line. Can everybody still hear me? Okay, you
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah,
okay,
you're
you
just
can.
going off a bit.
Okay,
Yeah,
so Canadian dollars to Naira is about 341 roughly. That's what I can see. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. So we're saying people should have about so if you multiply, did you say 12,000? So if we're multiplying 12,000 by 400, right? If we just say
yeah,
400, I think I'm looking at 4.8 million Naira. That's
yeah,
actually not
yeah.
too bad.
You need
That's
to
not
have
too
that in your account. But
Okay.
again, I do advise people don't put like the exact 4.8 million. You can put like because the rate at which naira is going down,
Yeah.
and they use the conversion
So the baseline is
bit. Yeah, so you have to like add say an extra 500,000 just to
yeah,
you
to
know
cushion the
cover up.
effect of
Yeah,
the yes, yes. Okay, that works.
exactly.
That works. So
But for processing, yeah, I say 500,000 because uh I'm looking at the West. If you want to evaluate your degree to convert it to a Canadian, equivalent, that's
mm,
about $220. I think that's about 85,000 or
yeah,
thereabout.
we're gonna walk through like a top-down approach in a
Oh,
minute
okay,
at some point.
okay.
So I'm just thinking. So the IELTS ETS is an English exam, right? And
Yes,
roughly
yeah.
that's about how much? I mean, I don't know if you've seen
That's
up to
about
date.
that's about 79,000 naira now.
Naira, yeah, 79,000.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yes.
Right, so we're just gonna move on quickly, and then I'm gonna go to Q&A. I've only got two more questions, guys, so don't worry. Um, oh, one of them is the next one we're gonna talk about later, and I'm just talking generally. So, and I think you've answered one of the other questions as well, and this is actually one of the misguides from, I probably say from Nollywood. I'm not blaming Nollywood for it. It's all which goes on when people go abroad. The first thing they think people just go on and start washing plates, and I tell them that's a
Hmm.
misconception. Am I right?
Yeah, it's a misconception. I had a client that was almost discouraged, and she was like, "Oh, her husband told her that we're going to get to Canada and we're going to start washing plates. We're going to start doing all kind of odd jobs." And I told her, "No, it's a misconception. It's not because you're a permanent resident, right? You come in as a PR, you are eligible to everything a citizen is eligible to. So
Mm,
you apply to unless you want to like I don't know, shoot yourself in the leg. You are just supposed to prepare for an interview, have your Canadian CV. You apply to any job you see, and then everybody has equal opportunity. They put it there, and then they interview you like every other person for any job whatsoever.
right.
So it's really not true. I have so many friends here. So many people come here within a week or two. Some people just start working. So
Fantastic.
it's a yeah. I have a friend that got here in August. Sorry, in February, and about 2 weeks later, I was checking up on her, and she's like, "Oh, I stay in Toronto now, very close to my place of work." She's already working. She
Mm.
was working with a consultant, I think, in Nigeria, and she's working in Toronto already with I think Accenture or so.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's you just I have two other people. They work with KPMG in Nigeria. They're also working with KPMG in Canada. So
Oh, that's interesting.
they didn't have to go low. They didn't have to work in a factory. They didn't have to. You just
Mm,
continue from where you stopped, actually. Yeah.
just pick up. Yeah. The journey continues. That,
Sometimes it may take a while.
of
It may take
course.
a while, to get acclimatized to the environment, the culture shock and everything. But eventually it works out. You get it. You just have to
Okay.
be persistent.
Okay. Right. I've got other questions. Let me see. So let me just ask my questions now from the question people are asking us. Okay. Uh, so I'm putting a question on the board here. Can you read my question, or should I read it again? So how
Oh,
long does
please read it. I can see the question.
Okay, how long does one need to have the proof of funds in their accounts? Also, can I put a lump sum, especially if I get more money?
Okay. The money has to be in your account for, I think, 6 months. So you have to provide a 6 month statement of account. And the opening balance so you need to say 4.8 million, right? The opening
Yeah.
balance has to be that 4.8 million. Then you can do whatever you want with it in the middle. And then the closing balance also has to be 4.8 million or more. Now, if you put a lump sum, it's going to be quite suspicious, right?
Sure.
Especially when you've already told them this is your salary, and they do not encourage borrowed funds. So it's going to look like you borrowed it just to make up the number, right?
Mm,
So another option, if you want to use that lump sum, is to just use a mutual fund rather than submit the 6 month statement of account. Just use a mutual fund. I think Stanbic IB, some people like they get like a certificate or thereabout. So you can use that if you have lump sum somewhere, rather than put a lump sum in your normal your bank account.
so,
So yeah,
for example, so are you saying I can provide my share certificates as a proof of fund,
but
my stocks portfolio?
yeah, you can. So, but provided you can show a proof that you have access to the money at any time.
Sure, sure. But because
Yeah,
stocks
it's a
stocks
separate.
are now e-stocks, aren't they? They're on. Do I just give my username and details? Say, hey, this is my
Oh no,
portfolio.
no. So they accept say it has to be say in like the mutual funds, right? It has to be
It's
you have
documented.
to get yeah documented like okay, and this is the amount that is right there, and you have access to these amounts at any time.
Oh, okay.
So fixed deposit is also accepted. And I had a question some time ago, somebody asking if they could use a landed property. No, you cannot, unless you sell the land and then you put the
Yeah.
money somewhere. So if they ask you for the evidence of the bulk money, you say, okay, I sold this land, something like that. But so
Okay.
far the land, the property isn't sold, you cannot use that as a proof of fund.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay,
So yeah,
guys. So here we are talking about the relocation to Canada and how, of course, you can make your money go further for you, because we know that inflation is killing your money. A lot of you are investing rather in the stock markets, in crypto markets, and of course, as a result of inflation, many of you can't do much, or your money is not going far, based on this. So, and I'm here with Mrs. Derejo Adekoya, who's also my sister, and she's on the Guru Work Immigration here. So we're just talking about Canada and a relocation to Canada and how you can secure your funds. And I'm just answering your questions now, everybody. So I'm just gonna scroll. I've seen some questions. Been answered. So let me just start from the bottom. So for those whose age has exceeded 45, what could be done to increase their scores? Because I believe it's a points-based immigration, right? So what
yeah.
could they do to increase their scores?
Okay. For those above 45 years, you have uh, three options actually. The first is to learn the French language. If you learn French, you can actually, if you perform well in the exam, you can get additional 72 points. And 72 points will go a long way. Say, because you're 45, you had, say, 390, for example. If you had 72 to that, you're already competing with even those that are younger. That's one. And the second option is to go provincial.
Hmm.
So you will be in the express entry, you'll be in the pool, but you apply to, say, Saskatchewan, or you apply to New Brunswick, or you have somebody in Manitoba. So you go provincial if you are above 45.
So
And
provincial
also
means
the,
specific
yeah,
province, mainly.
yes, yes. So we have provinces that give people nomination, which adds additional 600 points to whatever it is they have in the pool, because it's point based. So people that are above 45, their points will be around 300 and between 300 and 400. And the cutoff for the past year has been 460 to 480.
Okay, so we're going to keep
So,
the answers short because I've got quite a lot of questions. And guys, we
oh,
know we
okay.
cannot answer all your questions. Please feel free to contact um, Derejo right here at Guruwek, or Mrs. Adekoya on Guruwek Immigration. On her Instagram is here. I will save this live so you can access it again later. Okay, another quick question. Are there options for people who are currently unemployed? If you're not working for somebody, if you're unemployed, do you have options?
If you're unemployed, you're not eligible for any of the immigration program, but you can come in as a student.
Student. What if you have
So,
your
yeah.
own company?
If you have your own company, of course, there are plenty options for self-employed, because
Self-employed.
this person said unemployed. So
Sure.
there are options for self-employed people. There are options for entrepreneurs. So yeah, there are options for them.
Good. Okay. So, guys, you don't have to be, yes, I mean, it's all right and well to be gainfully employed, but of course, there are more options as long as you're making money in a way, of course, legally. Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, if you're disabled, then that's a different thing entirely. And I believe they encourage people with disabilities as well, don't they?
They encourage people with disabilities, but you still have to come via one of the programs.
Of course.
So if you're unemployed, every program has eligibility or criteria for
Mm,
you to qualify for them. So even if you're disabled, you have to qualify for one of the programs. But if you do not qualify for any of the programs, just come in as a student.
students.
Yeah,
Okay. Student entry.
yeah,
Okay, guys, I'm
yeah.
not forcing anybody here to go study a course you don't need. But hey, if you want to jump out, you think, oh, I'll go as a student. I'm not saying anything. Okay. Somebody said, how could I come in with my family as a doctor, as a medical doctor?
As a medical doctor, your point will be quite high. So if you apply via the express entry, yeah, you just have to be like the principal applicant. You include all your family in the application, and everybody come at once. That's how we did it. That's I was a principal applicant. All my husband, my two kids were on the application, and we all landed at the same time. So
Fantastic. Okay, let me look at the next
yeah,
question. Somebody said, "Can you buy?" Oh, let me see. This is probably my question. Can you buy a commodity in a low tax paying state, even when residing in places paying higher? Is that cheating the system? Ah, right. Okay. So can you invest in other provinces, even though you live in Toronto? Can you invest in elsewhere, for example? Is that seen as cheating the system, or is that
mhm.
fair game?
Of course you can. People that do not even live in Canada at all, they invest in Canada. They buy real estate. In fact, they are the ones that can actually afford the real estate. We
They're the one
have
pushing up the
most,
prices.
yeah, they are the one pushing up the prices, not even people living in Canada. So yeah, so if you are living in Canada, you can buy anywhere you want. It's not cheating the system. It's called investing. So you can buy
Absolutely.
as many as you want. Yeah.
Okay, no restriction. Okay, I've answered the medical doctor question. Let's go to the next question. Somebody said, I'm paying a crazy tax here in Nigeria. I'm happy to pay. I'm happy to pay for lights to my house and water, hospital bill. Please let me not go on. Okay, that's Olachi again. Let's look at the next question. If I've got more, at least the basic amenities are being provided, of course. Let's just see to make sure. Oh, somebody asked a question. So, how easy is it to move from Europe to Canada? Do you think it's easier, the fact that you're in Europe? Many people in Europe tend to think, of course, I'm in a stable place now. Should be easier. Is it still the same process, or would you say it's easier?
It's the same process, but it can be faster. So I
Why?
say the same process because it's still the criteria for every program is the same for everyone, regardless of where you are, regardless of the country you are. But
Mm,
the only different thing is we have different visa offices that treat your file. So, for example, if you are in Nigeria or Ghana, you can have your file sent to Accra, for example. If you are
right.
in UK, Canada has a visa office in the UK.
In London.
And then your file can also be treated in Canada. So it all depends on where. I say if, for example, for study visa, it might be faster in UK than in Nigeria, the processing time,
Why do you
because
think
they will
so?
have more because they have more files to treat in Nigeria or in
Mm,
African countries
more pressure.
than yeah in like for example, a typical example is when I applied for a visit visa for my mom. She was in Nigeria, so we applied from Nigeria. It took about 2 months. And then I applied for my mother-in-law. She was in US at the time. It took a week.
Wow, wow, interesting.
So
Okay,
that's yeah. Yeah, so that's the same way it works. So it depends on where your file gets to, but it tends to be faster in other countries aside Africa.
okay. So,
Yeah.
what advice would you give to someone who has been denied a student visa twice?
So if you have been denied a student visa, they usually write the reason why you've been denied. They
Sure.
usually put it there in detail.
Mm,
I'll say you address those, you apply again. You
sure.
don't stop trying because unless you were denied for misrepresentation,
Which is
which
fraud.
would result, yeah, then you cannot, apply until after 5 years. But if it's just for every other reason stated in the letter, make sure that when you're applying again, you address all those reasons.
Sure. Okay.
And
So,
then trust me, you'll get it.
sure. Okay. So, one thing we're trying to say is that every case is quite unique, isn't it, when it comes to
Yeah.
immigration?
Yeah,
Okay.
every case is unique, and that's why the reason for rejection for candidate A is always different from candidate B, and they will state explicitly why you were rejected. So
Okay.
you can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result, right? You have to
Sure.
you have to address whatever it is that they said was the reason for the rejection in the first place.
Amazing. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Somebody said, how easy is it for me to relocate with my children? This is actually Olachi's question. Settling down with children in Canada, how easy is it to settle down?
Settle down with children is the easiest actually because
Wow.
when you get here, all you have to do is go to register at a school, closest school to you, and the kids start school like the next day or 2 days after. So it's the easiest. So when they
Mm.
go to school, you start to look for work. So they were the first, our kids were the first to settle down when we got to Canada because yeah, that same week, once we got settled in a house, we just started going to school that same week. So
Amazing.
it's quite easy and it's not like you pay school fees, right? You just
Mm.
take the necessary documentation and you're good. You settle down quite quickly, yeah, with the kids.
Okay, so the next question, I've got a few more questions, so we're just trying to keep it on a hurry. So the study route, is it for masters or can one apply for bachelor's degree?
It's not for masters alone. We have different programs.
Mm.
For bachelors, yeah, we have diploma programs. We also have a PhD, whatever. Yeah, we have a whole lot of programs for international students,
It's
not just for masters.
whatever floats your boat, more or less. Okay, or fits your shoe size.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Somebody said,
yeah.
can I be the only applicant as a lawyer in Nigeria and still bring along my husband and 2 kids? How do I increase my points if yes? So this person is looking at being the sole applicant instead of being the main applicant.
That's just one and the same though. So I think I understand where this person is coming from. So if you're applying as a married person, your points kind of dropped because they expect your spouse to also add to the points. I think that's where this question is coming from. So
Mm,
this person now wants to apply. So if you can apply, you can be the main applicant and say your spouse is not accompanying you, but your
mm.
kids are. Or you can say your kids are not, but you have to include them in the application.
Oh,
So if you say they are not accompanying you, then the points awarded to you would be as though you're single
mm,
because they usually take out like 5 points so that the spouse will also add those points to it. So we have some guys that are here already. They are the principal applicants, and then they say, okay, my wife is not accompanying me. So their
mm.
point is usually for, yeah, they count them as a single person. So, but you have to include your family in the application. But what
Good.
happens then is you bring in your family a year after.
Mm. And it makes so
Yes.
your points just have to work harder, literally.
Yeah. So
Okay,
your points, yeah, would kind of shoot up, but they cannot land with you because remember you already said you are not coming with them,
with them, yeah.
right?
But you could always
So
bring
you
them
come
later.
in. Yeah, oh, of course. 1 year after they're in. Right.
Oh, okay. Right. Let's just go on with the next question. So somebody said, how about for a Nigerian living in South Africa? Do you think it's a faster process? South Africa,
Um,
not nice. So if you're looking at applying from South Africa, do you think that's a quicker process as well? Or would you say it's similar to
like I said
Nigeria?
earlier, it depends on where your file gets to. Like, it depends on where your file is treated, right?
So based on
But it's
experience, where do you think the file will be treated in South Africa? They're not going to send to West Africa, I'm sure.
they might.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they might sometimes, but I think is because I also have a friend from South Africa here, Nigerian.
Mm.
I think his application took about 6 months.
Wow. Top
So
progress.
yeah, yeah. So it all depends. But what I say to people is, you don't bother about how fast your file will be treated. You just worry or bother, but work on how you are going to be given ITA, that's invitation to apply. Once you are in the system, once you've submitted your application, you just go and rest somewhere. That's
So,
the most important thing. Don't
so
worry
work on.
about, yeah, work on how you get your application submitted. Don't forget about the processing time or anything because whatever, even if it's 2 years, you still know that your destination is Canada. It's sure than, not doing anything at all, right?
So
So
work on perfecting your application, and then the rest is just
exactly. The rest is history. Yeah, even if it takes a year, it takes 2 years, even though it doesn't take that long. But yeah, you're still gonna land here eventually. No rush, no pressure. So
But I like to compare everything to the markets, which is what I tell people. Work on getting the right trade, and the profit's going to take care of itself. Okay, quickly. Somebody's asking, can you apply without IELTS?
for permanent residents, no. But for study permit, there are some schools that do not require IELTS. So yes,
Okay,
just for study permit. But for permanent residents, no.
but not for
There's no
permanent.
way around it. Yeah,
Okay, okay. Right, that makes
yeah.
sense. I mean, I've always thought Nigeria is an English-speaking country anyway, so why should we take an IELTS? But I guess they
Yeah, I know, right? But it's just I don't know the deal they had with British Council. I don't
they just want to
know.
make. Oh, the
It's
IELTS
just
has been run by the British Council, so the
yes.
money generating scheme, I guess. Okay, somebody's asking a really good question here, and this is what I'm going to call the shortcut question. I've got other questions, so we're going to keep it brief. So, which province has the easiest or the best PNP? And what's PNP, by the way?
Provincial nomination program.
Okay, so which province has the easiest by, according to your research and experience? What would you say?
It used to be Saskatchewan, because they just take everyone. It's the coldest, okay, not the coldest, one of the coldest provinces in Canada. They can get to -40, -45. Is
Oh,
a one of the yeah, one of the coldest, and it's I'll say it's the easiest. It's the easiest
right.
because you don't even have to be in the pool. So
Okay,
for
for them to
people
take
above
you.
45, yeah, you can do a paper application where they give you a nomination. So I'll say Saskatchewan.
Okay, I mean, I struggle to say that name. I call it Saskatchewan, but it's pronounced or it's spelled Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan. That's
It
what I
is,
call it.
yeah, it's called Saskatchewan, where Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan. Okay.
Saskatchewan, yes,
They do
that
have a
that's
really
the
good
easiest.
university. Many years
Yeah,
ago, I used to have a look at that place. But you said it's the coldest. Is it as cold as Yellowknife? We always talk about Yellowknife.
that's why I said one of the coldest.
One of the
One of the
coldest.
coldest.
I
Not the coldest. One
know
of
a
the
place.
coldest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know a place called Yellowknife, and I'm always laughing at that
Yeah.
place. So if you Google it, it's very cold. But anyway, I've got other questions here. Um, okay, somebody wants to jump on. Let me allow her to jump on. But while she does that, I've got two questions. Is there an immigration process without the IELTS? We've talked about that. We said that's a student. And the last question here, can I come in as an undergraduate student? I think we've answered that as well, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think you should.
Oh, I'm 25. Can I come in as an undergraduate student? So the fact that this person is 25, does it really matter?
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And like I said, if you're 25, and you're kind of skeptical about, oh, will they accept me as undergraduate student or something? Just apply for these diploma programs, this 2-year, 3-year diploma programs, and all they need is your WAEC results, right? So whichever, it's usually uh, technical or vocational, courses. So they
Okay.
do not discriminate with age when it comes
Oh,
to being a student. They do not.
fantastic. Okay, so we
Yeah,
do have, is it WASC, West African Secondary School Certificate Examination, or it could be your
yeah.
NECO, whichever way. But anyway, we've got someone here joining us. You probably want to ask a question.
This
Hi.
is my friend.
Ah, that's
I'm so proud to
PC.
have you here. In fact, I didn't actually requested for a live video. Wow. It's so good to
Hi.
see you dear. Hi there. So I would want to
Okay.
come over. I would want to come over to Canada. So I wouldn't know. Where do I start from?
At 1 minute, you're going to hold the fire there. I'm going to get Deroji to give us a top-down process.
Okay.
Literally just off the hand. Okay, but let's just answer these three questions and then we'll go to the other one. So somebody said, how can I reach you after now? So if you want to reach her, you could find her at Guru Work Immigration. Guru, Guru, Work is WERK, and immigration, all one word. And I will tag her to this live once, and this live will be saved as well. Don't worry. Otherwise, you can find us at the Wealth Hackers, which is sorry, we're not immigration. We're the finance guys teaching about the stock market, the crypto market. You could join us. We've got a course which runs almost every week on how you can trade, how you can invest in the stock market or the crypto. So feel free to join us. We're live on Telegram every day. You see us there. And yeah, okay. So let's just get 2 more questions, and then we'll get you, Deroju, to run, give us a top-down approach from the beginning till the end, and a very short summary. And of course, guys,
Okay.
she's a consultant with, we're looking at 5 years experience. I don't know how much the services are, but I'm sure it's nothing expensive. And if you want to get it for cheaper, just quote the Wealth Hackers. You get it cheaper. Okay. So if you want to reach out, you can reach out that way. The next question, guys, is sorry, 1 minute. So how do I apply for diploma programs? I believe that's straightforward. You could just apply on the university pages, right? But somebody said, can age 40 and above be nominated for PR?
Yes. I have a client right now. She's gonna be 43, I think, or 44. Yeah, we already submitted. She was nominated by Saskatchewan. So we already submitted our application. If not for COVID, I'm sure she would have gotten a PR by now.
Oh.
So yeah, so for above 40, you still have a chance if you are ready to make some sacrifices. I'll say it's not easy, but we need your input as well for this to work.
Okay, good. I mean, you heard that, what you put your mind into will work. You need to be working with this thing. Don't just apply and go to redemption camp for 40 days prayer. You've got to be there. You got to push it yourself.
Yes, yes.
Somebody said, can I apply for PhD program right now? I think that would depend on the university, to be honest.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's up to the university. Usually, though, PhD programs are all year round. So based on my experience, Bumi Akinle Yola, yes, I think you can. I believe you can. But anyway, so Deroju, can you just give us, so if I want to apply to Canada right now, from the beginning to the end, what can I do? And sorry, 1 minute. Somebody said again, can I apply for degree programs? Sorry, I know I'm trying to answer every question. Degree, again, is based on university. Yes, you can apply. That doesn't matter when you apply. It's when the university says you can apply, is when you can apply. So most of the time, I'll tell you that some universities, it's quite similar with the UK, really. They take people in January, some in September. So just give it about 2 or 3 months before then and kick off the application process. So if you really want to go to university in September right now, just start now. That's what I'm going to say. But anyway, so I'll get you to just, Jesus, I'm the host. I'm the more of the talking. So give us the top level from the beginning to the end, what it's like to apply, and the cost if you can. Snapshots.
Okay, but first of all, there are a lot of programs, right? And there is no one size fit all, because we come from different backgrounds. Yeah, so there is the express entry, there is the PNP, like where you get nominated from by provinces, and then there is a study route. Right now, because of COVID, Canada is focusing on the immigrants inside Canada, like those that came via study, say a year, 2 years ago. They are not taking people from outside the country for now, but that is going to be over soon. So while you are, waiting for them, you can also try to boost your score. So your points is a points-based, immigration system, where your age matters, your qualification matters, your IELTS score. Make sure you do not get lower than make sure you get 8,777. The 8 in listening, the other 7, that's CLB 9. Make sure you do not get lower than CLB 9 to have, to max the score, your CRS score. And if you see that your score is still quite low, you can start to learn French. French will give you 72 points, like I mentioned earlier. But if I want to give a breakdown, before you do anything, you need to evaluate your degree. If you're going the study route, you need to use, there's so many bodies that you can use. We have the WES, we have the ICAS, IQAS, especially for lawyers. We're still going to do this, some other time where I have to explain more, but you have to
Sure.
evaluate your degree, and then you have to do IELTS before you even do anything else. Those two are your two main keys of, immigration to Canada. But if you want to come as a student, you don't have to do the WES evaluation because you have to send your transcript directly to the school, right?
Very.
TS again has to be
Yeah, I had to do it.
academics and not general. Yeah. So
Right.
it's a if you follow me, you will see. If you go to my page, I put some step by step there. I have some posts that are quite educative that will tell you about some of the processes. And I will also keep doing some videos about how to apply and step by step how to apply. Like I mentioned earlier as well, the cost for a single person can be like 500,000. That is if you do not write IELTS more than once.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then you need to have some money in your account, called a proof of fund to support yourself when you land in Canada. So, like I said, the process is not one size fits all. Every province also has their own separate process.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just I don't know. Follow me on my page. I think over the following weeks, I will put each and every process in details on my posts where you can, go and reference. And
Yeah.
also, if you want a case by case consultation, you just book a consultation. Some people are actually qualified for self-employed. People tend to overlook that. For example, music teachers, piano players, they have a separate program. Photographers, musicians, they have a program, but everybody just tends to go to the express entry route. So, yeah, it's kind of wide. There's a program for everybody. That's what I say. There's something for everybody,
So what we're
but
saying
it's
now is some
Mhm.
of you have some skills that's very untapped and you do not realize that. Don't let it go to
Exactly,
waste. Okay.
exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So this is very an invaluable session for me because a lot of us, people tend to think, why do I need you? And these are some things you're bringing out that people do not realize that they actually will need. I don't know if people are still typing anything because nothing else is loading on my page. But just in case anyone is still typing, if you want to ask any question, so just feel free to join in the live session. But feel free to ask more questions before we close in another 5-10 minutes. But right, so you've joined us. I could see your name. Is that Mo Mosumola? Is it
Yes, please. My name is Mo from Musumola. So
Mo
I'll just
from
go to our
Musum?
page. Yes.
So she's your friend, and she left in Nigeria, did she?
But I'll join us soon.
You
Very
join us
soon.
soon. Okay. So
Yeah.
Do you have any question for her?
No, not yet. I'll just go to the page to check what is there. Then if I have anything, I'll contact her directly.
Fantastic. Okay, and you do have a priority because you're a friend anyway.
Mhm. That's true.
Somebody said I heard CES is also good for lawyers. Is that true? What's CES?
So remember I said there are quite a lot of bodies that evaluate the degree. So
Ah,
what they do is to convert the Nigerian degree to a Canadian equivalent. And for lawyers, it's quite unfortunate because the most popular body, which is WES, they convert the law degree as BSc. But
mm,
IQAS converts it and to masters and then the bachelor's degree. So for CES, the only body I know that work for lawyers is ICAS, IQAS. If you want to try out CES, you can go ahead,
right,
but in my experience, the only body is IQAS. It's quite difficult to get through to them, but you have to just keep trying. Okay?
right.
But last I checked, say a month ago, they were still the only bodies that evaluates law as masters.
Fantastic. Okay. Um, just in case if you have any more questions, we've got 5 more minutes to go. But so that's been an amazing session for me personally. Mo, thanks for joining in as well.
Thank you. Thank you for
I live in
having
the
me.
I live in the UK. I don't know. I feel like should I
Really?
just come and join you guys in Canada? Because during COVID, during people now say UK, man, that place is Lagos Part 2, Lagos Extension.
I know. I love UK though. Trust me. Once I get my passport, UK is my first destination. And that's another, perk of being a Canadian. Once you get your passport, you go practically like anywhere without a visa.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, BK, I'm coming to you very, very soon.
So the the question I've got here is the IELTS is valid for 2 years. Am I right?
Yeah, just for 2 years.
Somebody say UK is Oshodi. And also, so what is TEF? Somebody said do we when we write TEF exams, how do we use it to get PNP? Now it's
Okay,
getting
so
algorithm.
I think TEF is a French exam.
Mm.
I mentioned about it has 72 points to your CRS score. So just towards the end of last year, all these provinces decided to make French speaking a priority. So if you
Oh,
can speak French, yeah, even Saskatchewan, you get 10 more points. For New Brunswick, they just pick you from the pool. Nova Scotia, they just pick you from the pool. So that was when I decided, okay, I think I will start, preparing people for this. And then I organized French lessons. So TEF Canada is the name of the French exam that people do, just like IELTS, test of
mm,
English. TF Canada
mm.
is a test of French.
Wow. It's quite
Yeah,
funny because I mean I'm just looking. Canada is about 11 size the times of Nigeria, and I've just been looking
yeah.
at and Saskatchewan.
It's a
That
mouthful.
is a mouthful. It's that is just about 1.1 million population. 1.1 million. I don't know
Yeah,
what the population of Nigeria is. I think we say 200 to 50, but that is just crazy, isn't it? You know?
yeah. Ontario is bigger than the whole of Nigeria.
Wow, wow.
Ontario alone. The
And
whole of Canada, we are about 40 million. So,
Lagos, as this year, Lagos is about 15 million in population. Lagos
wow.
alone, yeah, yeah.
So we need people. You guys should come over. Let's share this winter. We need people to.
Okay.
We need people to.
There's a final question here, which and then I'm gonna wrap it up. Somebody said, "Is it true that doctors cannot practice in Canada except they are specialists?"
So it's not that they cannot practice. You just have to go through uh, some validation, write some exams, which can take, I must say. So it's not that you cannot practice. You just have to write some exams. I think it's the same with UK, right? But I think with UK is
Sure.
quite faster. So one
Mm.
thing about Canada is Canada teaches you patience. Canada can be can be
So
quite
Canada is good
slow.
for investors. Then it's good for investors.
Yeah, you have to be really patient. So it takes a while, and especially for medical doctors.
Mm.
You have to, I think, go back to school. But for medical doctors, I do advise them to go to British Columbia.
Right. Oh
They
yeah.
have the best and the fastest route for medical practitioners. I think you just have to go to a medical school for like a year. You get out, you get an employment from one of the health institutions, I think. So
Mm.
if you're a medical doctor, just IBC. It's the best for you.
Wow. So
Yeah.
this has actually been a really great session for me personally. And if you look at life expectancy in Nigeria, which is about 54 years, which is really sad as at 2018, and in Canada, the life expectancy is 82. 82.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is not me, this is not my statistics. And you just say if you live in Canada, you've got probability of living extra 30 years. That's crazy. Okay, before we wrap this up, okay, oh, more questions keep coming in. So how about English teacher? And for us that have handcraft skills, what do you recommend?
Yeah, for English teacher, the same thing as doctors. You have to come here and go to a school, maybe a
Okay.
year or 2 years. So that's
Right.
what people do. If you have a passion for teaching children, you just come here. It's
Just
just
to
about making
specialize.
sacrifices, right? You have to special because the way the curriculum in Nigeria is different from here. You can't just, come from Nigeria and start teaching them here. It's quite different. So you have to go to school, learn how it's done in Canada, and then you will be able to practice.
But you can work while you do that as well, can't you?
Of course, you can do a part. And then the good thing about it is once you come in as a PR, you want to go to school, government cannot pay you for it. For
Oh,
example, yeah, before I got a job here, I decided, okay, maybe I should go to school, blah, blah, blah. I got about $28,000. And then my school fees was 9,000. The rest you get to keep because you're not working, right? If you
you're
say you're
encouraging
working,
Nigerians too much. Stop it. Stop
yeah,
it.
okay. But it's the truth. But eventually I returned the money because when I was supposed to resume school, I got a job. I'm like, okay, I'll take this job. I'm not going to school anymore. And then I
Oh,
returned the money.
that's,
Yeah.
so it wasn't a loan, it was a grant, was it?
Yeah, it was a grant. You get
Wow.
a grant and then you can also get a loan, but I chose not to take the loan.
That's interesting.
So the
Mo,
grant was a 28,000. I could get
Mo.
a loan of additional, say 9,000. But I said no, I'll pay the school fees from the grant.
Okay,
So
that's good. I
yeah.
was just gonna say, Mo, what can you do if you find $28,000 right now? What are you gonna
Here
do
in
with it?
Nigeria. Do you mean here in Nigeria?
I
Do you
should
mean
give
here
you
in
sense. I
Nigeria?
mean,
I'm
no,
going
if
to
I
do a
give you
lot
twenty
with it.
thousand dollars now in
That,
Nigeria, what are you gonna
that's
do with
how
it?
much. Wow. I don't know. I'm just going to open a very big boutique because I'm a fashion person.
Okay, so let's just finalize the questions. I probably want to catch up with Mo as well here. So somebody said, what's
Yeah.
the best province for engineers? Quickly.
The engineers are everywhere. There's no best province
I
for
was the same
engineer.
thought. Yeah, yeah.
Engineers are everywhere. And for engineers, I would just say, just, get certified. I think it depends. I think engineering also have like, so one thing with here is you can't just say engineer. You have to be a specialist in something.
Specialist. Yes, yes.
Yeah, so depending on where you are, you can't just come and practice. You have to register with a body. You get
Sure.
like a certificate to practice. Once you do that, they're the ones like making all the money here. People in construction, the Reds, we call them the Red Seal. They make all the money. Like
It's
they are the big
quite
boys here. So,
funny. I mean, in the UK, I was an engineer. You could be a chartered engineer, etc. But in Canada, they
exactly.
call it a professional engineer. That's what they call their
That's it.
title.
You have to be a professional, and then you get a certificate to that effect before you can practice. Even a
Okay.
plumber.
Yeah. Oh,
Plumber,
there's a
the
lot of
way
money
we
in
just,
plumbing.
we say plumbing in Nigeria, we just say,
About
where's the
plumber.
plumber?
There's money for
About
you.
plumber.
Go to Canada.
Yeah, they
Okay.
charge you like crazy here. For like 10 minutes of work and pay like $200. So there's no low or level work here. Everybody's a professional in his own field.
Okay, the last two questions and no more, guys. Any more questions? You're gonna have to go to Guru Work Immigration. Sorry, I missed that one question here. So somebody said, "What about handcraft skill?" And the final question is, how about health professionals like medical radiographers, physiotherapists, etc.? So, what advice in terms of province, etc.? Do they need more skills, more courses, etc.? Please.
For medical professionals, I mentioned you go to British Columbia, but
Mm.
you still have to do your research, right? You
Not
have to do
doctors
your
though, just
research.
yeah.
Physiotherapists everywhere. They're everywhere. You can go to any province. I was just particular about doctors because they are usually more challenged in when they want to practice here.
Sure.
But for every other profession, you can go anywhere. You're needed everywhere, right? It's a developed country
Mm.
where all the skills are, because Canada is the way it is. All the skills are kind of scarce.
Yeah.
And yeah, and once you're in it, you get overbooked in a very short period. So yeah, so you
Okay.
can you can actually go anywhere and you would excel.
Okay. So the
And I
final
do
thing.
tell people to don't just come here with a mindset that you want to work in an office. It
Mm.
doesn't make sense for everybody to work in an office, right? You can come with the skills that you know what you love. If you come to Canada, make sure you do what you love.
I
Yeah.
think one thing I have experienced as a Nigerian living abroad, especially for 23 years, is that I think in Nigeria, we tend to think you have to go to school. And we think that, no, that's wrong. Overseas, actually, the best people making the most money are the guys with, I'm not going to say soft skills, but, with life skills, handcraft skills.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
that's where the
Yeah.
money is. So if you are a plumber, you're gonna make way more money than an engineer, believe it or not. But that's just the simple truth. You guys, you say Oga Vulcanizer, Oga Mechanic, I cannot date you. Those guys are making a killing abroad.
That's the truth. That's the
Wow.
truth.
Good. Right,
Yeah.
Mo, what do you do quickly? Let's just wrap it up. So Mo, what do you
Okay, I'm
do?
an
Sorry.
accountant. I'm an accountant. I work with an investment company. I'm a chartered accountant to be
Ah,
precise. So I work with a debt management company. I'm the operations manager.
okay. Wow.
Can you hear me?
I'm gonna
I don't
catch
know
up
if you
with
can
you,
hear
Mo.
me.
I can hear
Yeah.
you loud and clear. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. And
okay.
you want
So
to
that's
take
what
that
I
skill
do
to
in
Canada?
Nigeria. Yes, I want to. I actually want to move to Canada with my
Wow.
family very soon.
Very soon. Amazing. Amazing. That's interesting. Okay. I think it's been a really great session. Finally, customer service as well. I will say, people with customer service skills, guys, don't think there's one skill that's not useful. Every skill has got a tag and they're all very useful. I believe customer service, you probably can work anywhere in Canada as well. I don't think they will restrict it. Everybody's got to have
Yeah.
a customer service skill. It's a life skill that you need to have. I don't think it's specific to anywhere. But this has been a really great session. Thank you so much for gracing us with your time. I know you got a baby. Nathan must be thinking, where's
Yeah.
Mama? Where's Mama right now? We've denied her of the right to the baby who's barely 6 months old, guys. So got to be careful here. Also, finally, if anybody's got more questions, please find my sister here at Guruwek Immigration. And I think Mo is at Mo_4 Mosumola MOSOONMOLA. I think you say you're into fashion as well. Of course, if you got your products on there,
Yes.
guys can check you out. But she's taking, guys, so don't worry. Don't chase. But
I
other
have
than that,
four.
guys, so for your Canadian, what do you say, sorry?
I said I'm a mother of four.
Wow, wow. She doesn't look it,
Mm.
so she looks 21. So, so guys, for your immigration questions, of course, feel free. Guru Work Immigration. Work is WERK. But finally, do you have any final say, Deroju, for the people?
Um,
And where can they
my
find
my
you as
my
well?
Yeah, so you can send me a DM on my Grow Work Immigration page. You can follow my page. I usually send up-to-date information about immigration. I also do send in information from different provinces, especially when they are open to giving people invitation to apply. So you just have to stay tuned. And my final advice is Canada immigration is not a 2 month, 3 months journey. You have to be persistent. You actually get what you give in. And don't just say, oh, you look at the be in for the long haul. Look at the 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 end, the what you're going to end get to the end of it, not
End
the
goal.
process you're going through. The end goal, yeah, thank you. Look at the end goal, and that is what should be your motivation to preparing this. Anybody that says, "Oh, I'm going to give you work, bring 500,000," just know that when something is sounds too good to be true, it's obviously not true. You know what I mean. So be persistent, and there's a program for everybody. Trust me on that, no matter the age, there's a program for you. The question really is, are you ready to follow through? There is no easy program. There is no easy way to get here. But in the end, you look back, I look back at 2014, 2015, and I'm like, well, it paid off in the end, right? So
Hmm.
just be persistent and be focused, and it's gonna work out.
Amazing. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. Thanks, Muslim as well for joining us.
Thank
So,
you.
guys,
Thank
I'm
you.
just going to say, so what you measure only what you measure that will grow. So if you've been declined before as well, guys, need to understand why you were declined, and of course, please consult a professional who probably knows the ins and outs. Don't let anybody tell you have an insider. I don't think it works that way, guys. I don't.
No, it
Am I
doesn't.
right?
Nobody
Yeah.
has an insider. Nobody.
There's no shortcut. A lot of
Yeah,
Nigerians say,
there's
"Oh,
no
I have
shortcut to it.
somebody at the embassy who does this, who does that." No, no, no. There's a process, and if you're able to follow the process, as long as you do the right thing, I believe you will be answered. But on that note, guys, thank you so much. It's been a pleasant Sunday. It's been a plum-pudding pleasure for me having you finally, and yeah, we're gonna have more of these eventually. But thanks, everybody.
And
I think next
thank
time
you
they will
so
be the
much,
flow.
BK. I really appreciate the
Thank
opportunity.
you.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
Thanks,
much.
much.
everybody.
I'm
Thank you
Thank
really
so much.
you.
grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good
Bye,
Sunday.
all.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.